Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're having a look at this limited edition Seiko Presage model. Now it's nicknamed the Frozen Margarita, but does this one tickle the taste buds or does it leave you with a bit of a bad taste in your mouth? Well, without any further ado, let's get into the review. So as I mentioned in the introduction, this is a limited edition release from Seiko. Now this particular line of Presage models with this particular dial pattern, there are other non-limited variants available. I'll pop a picture up for you. As you can see, a few different colourways there, but there are two limited editions within this range. There's this particular one, the blue dial variant, which is the SRPE49J1, and they have called this one the Frozen Margarita because of the dial colour, obviously. And there's also a sister watch to this, which is the Tequila Sunset variant, which is a sort of salmon pink dial. Again, both the Tequila Sunset and the Frozen Margarita are the limited edition variants. They are limited to 5,000 watches a piece. And well, I'll leave that up to you whether you believe that is a true limited edition or not. I suppose in Seiko's numbers it does represent a limited edition, but nevertheless, yes, limited edition for both pieces. Now, incidentally, my fellow Scot reviewer, Jody, over at Just One More Watch, has just released a review on the Tequila Sunset model. So if you're interested in that variant, do go and check out his channel if you haven't done so already. Jody's channel is just fantastic, and he has an excellent review of the Tequila Sunset. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description down below. So, first off the bat, I suppose a lot of you must be wondering, wait a minute Chris, the thumbnail you had for this video does not show it on this mesh, and you would be absolutely correct. I'll show you the packaging of this watch. First of all, the packaging is really nice. It's a little bit of a departure from the normal sort of bland Seiko white box that you receive. This is, of course, the limited edition model, so you get a limited edition box, which is nicely covered in a sort of brown suede inside with the cushion, and you also get, along with the hand tag, a lovely bonus of an extra leather strap for this one as well, which comes on a beautiful Seiko deployment clasp, and it's a really nice addition, nice to have. I always think it's nice to mark a watch that's a limited edition, not just physically mark it on the back as such, but have a little bit of extra that you would get rather than the standard stuff you get with a normal model. So yeah, you do get the extra leather strap, which is really nice quality as well. So yes, as mentioned, this mesh strap that the watch comes on, I have no issue with it at all. It's a lovely, lovely quality mesh strap. As you can see, the buckle is branded Seiko. It's one of those little slide adjustment clasps. It's really nice quality. I've got no issues with it at all. It's not similar to the Citizen Bullhead that I reviewed a couple of weeks ago, where the strap was simply too flimsy and thin to support the watch. This one is spot on, but just for purely personal reasons, I've chosen to go with a sort of grey suede. That's what I've been wearing this on. I really like it. So with the power of video, we'll give it a little shake for you. And just like that, it's back on my grey suede strap. Now, this is just a purely personal choice. There is absolutely nothing wrong with the steel mesh that comes with it and the leather deployment strap that comes with it. I think this watch is very, very versatile. I'll come back to that later on, and I've been wearing it on this, so I thought, no, I'm going to do the review on this. So we'll cover off the dimensions just quickly then. So we have a case width of 38.5mm on this one. We have a thickness of 11.8mm, 20mm lugs on this one, and a nice compact lug-to-lug distance of 45mm. Now, on the supplied mesh bracelet, this one weighs in at 90 grams, so a really excellent weight. It will be slightly lighter on something like this suede, but very, very wearable nonetheless. So what are the sort of basic specifications? So this is a Seiko. We have a solid 316L stainless steel case and crown. The case is really nicely finished. As you can see, it is polished throughout. The case sides, the bezel there, the lugs, all polished. No brushing on this case, which actually works really well. It plays with the light really well. It creates lots of nice reflections, and yeah, very attractive. I think it matches the sort of aesthetic of the dial really well. Covering that dial, which I'll come to in a second, is a beautiful, almost domed box Hardlex crystal. You can see there that it is visible from very acute angles because it is a sort of box shape. It's really nice. Again, not sapphire, perhaps not quite at the price point for Seiko to give you sapphire, but nonetheless, this Hardlex is really nice. It shows off that dial beautifully. On the back of the watch, we have a see-through case back, as you can see. Now, as I mentioned, this is a limited edition, showing off the limited edition number there. Mine is 1608 out of 5000. We have the 4R35B movement, the automatic hand winding and hacking movement by Seiko, bulletproof movement, in-house movement, very good, very reliable. Now, as I mentioned, the dial on this one, so just to take you through a little bit of the process, I initially saw this watch on social media. I own another Presage, an open heart Presage from a while ago now, and therefore I didn't think I needed another one particularly, but I saw this on social media and it was that dial that drew me to it. Now, Seiko's dials are becoming pretty legendary. Their dials are fantastic, and the Presage models especially show off the dials very nicely. This particular dial is just amazing. Have a look at that. I'll pop up some macro photography for you. It's almost like a geometric kaleidoscope, mandala, very precise shape that they start off very tight in the middle and they expand outwards. It's just beautiful, and the balance of it's lovely. And what I mean by that is they've got this sort of balance of how prominent the dial pattern is, where it really does pop, but it's not ridiculous. I love the dial on this. It was the sole purpose for me buying this watch. It's just perfectly executed. It's so detailed, very attractive, and of course the colour as well. I love the colour. It's one of those dials that changes considerably depending on what lighting conditions you have the watch in. Of course, on the dial, all of the numbers and the batons are applied, and so too is that Seiko logo. That's applied as well. The Presage automatic and the Made in Japan and the reference number is all printed, but everything else is applied. Those sword dolphin hands are beautiful as well, and I always loved the seconds hand on the Presage models with that little diamond shaped counterbalance. It's just lovely. Obviously it's totally subjective, but I just really thought this was gorgeous, and when I got the watch through and I opened it up and I saw the dial in person, I was blown away. It was just so nice. We do have a date on the dial at 3 o'clock. Again, it's surrounded by a nice applied silver date window to match the numbers and the batons. Would this have been nicer if it was a no date? Well, possibly. I like the date. It's very practical. But yeah, maybe it would have suited a no date, but somehow I think the date just looks quite at home there, and I've got no issues at all with it. The movement on this one, it's nice to have that see-through case back. It's a 4R, it's not particularly decorated, but this being one of the Presage models, it's a J model. These are only available in J models. I don't know if you knew that. The Presage lines, you can only get them in the Japan models. And this has the gold rotor, and it's just nice. It's attractive. It's nice to be able to see the movement. It's nice to be able to see the detail, that balance wheel with the jewel on it just ticking away there. Really, really nice. Again, it just adds to the dressiness, and the back crystal there covered with a piece of hard lex, so we should have no issues with that. Now, the price on this one, Seiko pricing is a whole nother video, which I probably will cover in the future. The RRP price on this one is around about £550, which equates to $735, so not cheap by any stretch of the imagination. However, this is available, even though it's a limited edition, it's still available in quite a few places. And of course, with Black Friday and Cyber Monday looming very shortly, you will be able to pick this up a lot cheaper. I've seen it on the internet at £380, which is about $508, so considerable saving. And when you look at it in that sort of monetary terms, I think it becomes a really, really attractive proposition. Now, I'll show you some wrist shots, particularly of it on this suede strap that I wear it on. This is a 38.5mm case, and for your reference, I have a 7.5-inch wrist. So as you can see, it wears really, really nicely. The 38.5mm case is just a super sweet spot. I can get away with it on a slightly larger wrist. Somebody with smaller wrists could get away with it. Somebody with bigger wrists than me could get away with it. It just looks great, and is super, super comfy. Obviously, the possible downside to this, it is a dress watch, so there is no loom on it, so there'll be no loom video today, unfortunately, but I'm fine with that. It's a dress piece, and it's executed so nicely, no need for loom. And of course, the crown, we have a beautiful signed crown there, as you can see. It's really nicely engraved with the Seiko S. It's just push and pull, it's not screw down. With that display case back, it equates to 50 metres of water resistance. So, not particularly water resistant, but again, it is a dress watch, so we can forgive it for that. So, what are the overall thoughts on this one? I think it's lovely. It's really refreshing, and it's quite affordable from Seiko, especially if you take into consideration those discounts. It's a limited edition, so yes, it is still available just now, but it won't be available forever. So if that floats your boat, if you like a little tiny bit of exclusivity, then by all means try and pick one of these up. The size, I was a little tiny bit dubious about the size. I usually wear slightly bigger watches, but 38.5mm is such a lovely size. It fits on the wrist beautifully, and it doesn't look small. And it just looks really, really nice. So yeah, the size is a massive plus point. I think it's really versatile and really wearable. And as I mentioned earlier on, obviously I have it on this grey suede strap. The strap options for this are endless. It is such a versatile watch. It comes on the mesh from Seiko. We have that lovely sort of deep dark blue leather with the deployment from Seiko. I just liked it on this sort of grey suede. I think it looks great. I also have a very dark blue suede, which I think it looks really, really nice on as well. And yeah, you could pop this on a leather, anything you like. It just looks fantastic. And that dial colour, I thought it would be quite limiting as to what kind of strap you put it on, but it's not at all. It actually suits really a variety of straps, so bear that in mind. If you have some straps in your watch box, or if you like to change up the look, it's very, very possible with this watch. I think as well, this lends to the versatility question. People think of a dress watch as being, oh well, I'll just wear it if I'm going out, or if I'm going for a fancy lunch, or not at all. I think the sort of ability to change straps on this and have them match so nicely gives you lots of different looks, and of course those 20mm lugs there, a massive bonus, because a lot of people have a lot of 20mm lug straps available to them. Now, admittedly, the colour of these two limited editions might not work for everyone. That is a bit of a Marmite question. You either love it or you hate it. I loved it in the pictures. That's one of the reasons I got this. and of course I had that bit of a jitter when it was in transit to me, and I thought, oh, what have I done? This is going to arrive and I'm not going to like it. And it was quite the opposite. I loved it. It's so distinctive, and it's a definite departure from the sort of run-of-the-mill black, blue sort of flat dials that everybody has in their collection. But if you like the look of this one, it is absolutely stunning. So my advice would be, if you can get one of these discounted, especially with Cyber Monday and Black Friday coming up, then go for it. You will not regret it. So, as always, folks, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. If you like the content, please do hit that subscribe button and hit the little notification, the little bell icon for notifications. It means a lot to me and it helps support the channel. I will, of course, leave links in the description about where I got my straps and anywhere where I can find this watch at what I think to be a good price. I'll leave all the links down there for you, and I'll also leave a link to Jody's Just One More Watch channel, where you can check out the review on the Tequila Sunset model. Alright, so as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next review.